Hello everyone. On this video I'm going to explain on how an LSQL prototype is working with Mimic dataset, open data from MIT, for downstream complications calculation. So let me start. So the most common 5 downstream procedure complications in female patients. Now I send this question to the system, and system is going to check all the tokens from this question, compare it to existing metadata and database structure which we have in our vector database. With a cosinus similarity, this system can find a couple of options based on the tokens from my question. And for the second question, we see that the system asking about female, which in the database actually value just F. So it's not a female value in the database, so the system want to double check it. Meanwhile, the system is making some calculations based on the callback from the button, and I'm going to type the second question just to save some time. So the second question here, this is about complications, because there are so many complications in the medical databases here. And here we're choosing procedure complications from diagnosis, DICD diagnosis table. So meanwhile, I'm going to finish my the next question. So the most common found downstream procedure complication for male patients with pseudomonas. Let me try to check what is going here. So here, response about procedure complications. So you can stop the video and double check. I'm going to send another question right now. I will not focus with the results details, so I'm not clinical expert. However, you can feel free to check and leave in comments if it's relevant or not. Again, the same question about complications. So I still have to choose a proper button based on my intent. In that case, it will be procedure complications. Once I click, the system generates a callback to this more precise callback to the system, so the system can know much better your intention based on variety of different data in the existing ICU database. So I'm going to type another question. So the most common 5 downstream complication for patients using digoxin and erythromycin. Meanwhile, we have the additional question about, so here click this one. And the system now making, I guess, the final calculation for the results. And we just need to wait, because the database includes around 50,000 patients from 2 different hospital intensive care unit databases. And all these data are extremely close to the reality. It's not perfectly clear. We was not using any data processing before we apply our system on top of the existing data. And of course, because the data set is so huge, so it takes some time to calculate. Okay, here we are. Top 5 downstream procedure complications: other post-operative infection, hematoma, mechanical complication. So it seems for a non-clinical like person that it seems to be quite relevant. But once again, I'm recording this video just for the purpose for the experts to double check it. The most common found downstream complication for male patients with Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Once again, I'm really sorry about probably not the correct pronunciation of this a bit complex medical terms for me. However, yeah, thank you for understanding. Once again, yeah, we just changed not procedure complications, but just the complications. And I just want to double check the outcomes, because this is a different patients and the results should be different. I mean, different complications. Yeah, here I am choosing complication instead of procedure complications, because the procedure complications is a little bit different, which is related to procedures, and complications can be, can be related either to medications or any other things which is happening with the patients in hospital. Again, yeah, so let's just double check these results, which is cardiac complications. Yeah, and just scroll a little bit up and double check this one as well. Yeah, this is the different, but once again, the purpose of this video for medical experts just to double check it if it's relevant. If it's not relevant, yeah, please feel free to contact us so we can, dig deeper into our technology and understand how it works. So the next question: the most common 5 downstream complication for patients using digoxin and erythromycin. So once again, additional question. So I click complications. So here's the basic thing: you can mix anything you want. You can mix diagnoses, medications, and you can ask in the multidimensional space, which is actually existing for the single patient in your hospital. So you can use different condition for the same patient. Here I'm going to choose erythromycin base. Yeah, I'm going to choose erythromycin base. And once again, the callbacks right now is more fine-tuned, is more structured based on the end user intents. Yeah, meanwhile, I'm going to show you, yeah, let me click digoxin. Yeah, I guess this is a prescription drug, because you can see how many digesting you have in different areas in the intensive care unit database. Meanwhile, show me bar chart for patients by admission location. So admission location, this is actually column name, and yeah, it seems to be a little bit technical. Yeah, however, you can use your column names, and you can name column names as you want, or you can add some more, let's say, non-technical users friendly names for your columns as a synonyms to such kind of to the real column names in intensive care unit database. But yeah, let's wait until previous question to be calculated. It takes some time, but take in mind that it's just a prototype. And yeah, so here we are. Yeah, so other iatrogenic hypotension, cardiac complication. Yeah, so yeah, please double check it and let us know. Let's play with some data visualizations. Here, data visualization happens much more quickly. This is the simple bar chart. However, I want to show you a little bit complex things, like show me stacked bar chart for patients by gender, by admission location. I will copy paste this column name just to save time. Stacked bar chart, it's a little bit more complex, and it includes 3 dimensions data visualization, not just a 2-dimension like with the usual bar chart. You can click to open this chart, and with the link you will have completely interactive data visualizations. Let's say the most common 7 downstream pregnancy complications in patients. And here are the results. Unspecified hemorrhoids, complication of obstetrical surgery wounds, induced abortion. So for me, as a non-clinical expert, it makes a little sense, almost no sense, let's say. But we are making this purpose of the system for healthcare experts. The most common 6 downstream complications in patients with warfarin. As far as I know, warfarin should have a lot of downstream complications, because this is one of, let's say, dangerous medication as far as I know. Here we are for the first question. It is related to, so I need just click complication, and I can type the second question, just not to waste a lot of time during the calculation process of the system. Show me patient's downstream complication. For me, female, by drug name generic. This is again column name. So here we have warfarin as prescription drug. So click prescription drug as warfarin. So you see, like, warfarin can be also ambiguity to even diagnosis warfarin toxicity. So, and this additional question are required just to make sure you're not asking ambiguity from the different section of the intensive care unit database. So system still need some time to calculate results. These additional questions sometimes can be annoying due to you need to click probably the same for the similar question. However, it making sure that your intent is clear for the system, and you will never inquire the different meaning, the ambiguity meaning of warfarin, let's say, either. So here we have top 6 downstream complication warfarin by patient. Cardiac complication, not else. Yeah, so you can stop the video, double check, and I'm going to proceed with the next question. So here I need to click, complications. Complication from the table DICD diagnosis. Once again, so it's a little bit strange, but in the database we have only F value for female and M for male, and system should every time ask it. If you have female and male, so the system will not ask this question anymore if you have a proper values in your database. Now the system should every time to ask you it once again, but it's quite quick. And here the Excel file, which can be opened in the separate tab, and you will get the full Excel report related to a question. Thank you so much for your attention. I really hope that this is something very truly unique and innovative, and potentially this kind of software will provide clinicians better understanding of potential downstream complication for the patients in order to avoid some of them, if possible, of course, or mitigate them early, which I believe will create ultimate patient outcomes improvement.